Curt von Francois, a captain of the German army, was sent to replace the humiliated Ernst Goering. Von Francois arrived in Walvis Bay on the 24th of June 1889 with 21 soldiers, reinforced to 250 during the next 2 years. In October 1890, von Francois took his chance to move his headquarters from Ochimbingwe to Windhoek, into the no-man's land between the Herero and Nama, which had been abandoned by the Afrikaners. He let the fortress Alta Veste be built with the rocks of Jonker Afrikaners' defensive wall and with the enforced help of Nama women who he had deported from Tsaobis and whom he described as, "They can carry the heavy rocks with impressive ease." At that time, Hendrik Witbooi had managed to gather all Nama chiefs of the south behind him, by diplomatic means or by military force. The south of the land was in peace in 1890. The German government reacted to their dwindling control by landing 200 fresh troops in the country in March 1893. Curt von Francois used these fresh forces and raided the Witboois in an attack in Hornkrans on the 12th of April 1893. The German soldiers deliberately slaughtered 80 women and children and exhibited a dimension of barbarism Hendrik would never have anticipated. The German geographer Karl Dove, who was an eyewitness of the massacre, doesn't mince words.
The impact of the 14 to 15,000 projectiles, which were fired within half an hour into the village, was extraordinary. What we regretted was not the death of women and children, which is inevitable at such an incident, but the smaller number of fallen men, under which no personality of importance was to be found.
When they came, they saw children were crying, the mothers were in blood, then they were also shooting at the children that were at the backs of their mothers. So brutal were the Germans at that time. Yeah, that was really a very brutal one. And even the national reconciliation that we have adopted in 1990, at the dawn of the independence, one would not say really that you can forgive and forget. One can forgive, but not to forget about such incidences.
Hendrik Witbooi was shocked. There was no declaration of war from the German side, and he saw himself in the middle of negotiations with von Francois when the assault took place. His concept of soldiering was embedded in an officer's code of honor, which included not attacking until first attacked, doing no violence to women and children, treating prisoners humanely, and giving enemy dead a decent burial. Hendrik Witbooi managed to escape the massacre. He would establish his new headquarters in the Naukluft mountain range in the central south of the country with around 500 warriors, 400 rifles and 300 horses, together with women, children and his cattle. Like a natural fortress, it rises up to 2,000 meters from the foothills east of the Namib Desert. Von Francois had achieved the opposite of his intentions with his attack on Hornkrans. Witbooi started a guerrilla war against the Germans and hit the Germans hard, attacking German troops and supply lines, managing to bring transportation between the coast and Windhoek to a standstill. On the 26th of June 1893, he even attacked with 200 fighters the Schutztruppe at their headquarters in Windhoek, confiscating their horses so they were unable to follow him.